Yo, what's up?
What up? What up?
What do you want to start with?
Whatever.
Mets?
Mets. Hell yeah. Starling Marte.
Marte. Then it
Escobar.
was Geraldo.
Uh huh.
Geraldo. And then
Uh huh.
the Mahan. What was it?
Oh shit. I don't know. Everybody but we lost the lefty in the bullpen. We lost that dude.
Which one's that? Loop?
Was he the Looper? No. Loop. No, yeah, that guy.
Loop.
Yeah.
All right, so Mets are doing good. The Giants won. What do you think about that?
Good for them, but they almost lost it twice. That Regular or whoever that wide receiver was missed two. One hit his helmet and almost in the end zone, and the other one hit him in the hands, and he just dropped it at like the 1 yard line. So the Giants had every chance to lose that game, and then they fired Jason Garrett and only scored 13 points. So your offense still stinks. Luckily, you got 4 interceptions. Yeah, you needed 5 to really seal the game because you still almost lost it. So I don't know why everybody's all excited. 4-7. That's terrible. Like I said, 6 wins for the year. I'm right there, baby. I'm right there. I said maybe the ones that I thought they weren't going to win, they were going to win, and vice versa. But trust me, I had 6 wins.
Okay.
They talked about get them and getting fired. Then they said, oh, man, I forgot the title. It said, with this win versus the Eagles, Giants have playoff hope still alive.
Yeah. They
Get
do.
out of here. Get out of here.
No, but they do.
Yeah, that's
Come on,
wishful
Sam.
thinking.
Come on,
that's just somebody to write an article.
But let's put on our fan hat. Look, you got your fan hat on. I don't have any hats. I got the hat.
I got my realistic hat on.
But
I got my thinking cap, like in grammar school. Put your
okay,
cap
but
on.
you're the coach. Like me, when I do this now, I try to think that I'm the coach of the team that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you're the coach of the team that we're talking about, you're not saying anything negative. You taking what you got and you're gonna try to make the best of it. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. I understand you can go both ways. I know that, but I just try to, like, whatever it is, just try to get the best out of it. The Giants do have a chance right now.
Even if they get in the playoffs, you think they're gonna do anything versus Tampa Bay or anybody else?
Okay. But
that's not a chance. 4-7 is not a chance. 7-7 is a chance.
Let's go back to the Mets. The Mets are getting these free agent signings, right? Something happened with Mats. I didn't get into it. Yeah.
They reached out to Mats and they reached out to Noah Syndergaard. And before they had a chance to make like a real offer, they were like, "Oh, sorry, I missed your phone call. I'm going to St. Louis later, bro."
Okay.
Noah Syndergaard did the same thing. Like, "Ooh, I didn't get your qualifying offer. I'm gonna go with the Angels because they're gonna give me $21 million." And Steve Cohen was like, "Oh, okay, no problem. You know, I tried to offer it to you guys and you didn't want it. No problem. I'm gonna go get Matt Scherzer."
And then the fans, I heard was talking about the same old Mets, blah blah blah. So they got Scherzer for the money they got, and now they're saying, "Oh, the Mets are willing to spend." Blah, blah, blah. So now people are going to want to come and play for the team.
If you got, I thought Starling Marte was the biggest signing, bigger than Mats.
Yo, and all 3 of them combined are making less than him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But my point is, if the Giants, who haven't done nothing for the last couple of seasons, do something and make the playoffs, it might attract people that might want to come and play for the Giants next season.
Okay, let's be realistic. They're 4-7, so they have a losing record. If they get to 7-7 or a 500 record before it's too late, that's a different story. But right now, just like the Mets, they're winning the offseason. But have they won anything? No. They're winning the back pages of the New York Post and the New York Daily News. That's it. They haven't won anything. It's just like when we got Jason Bay. It's just like when we had Delgado and Beltran and all those other good guys as a good team. We had a good team and we were hyped. Did we go anywhere? No. We went to the playoff and Andy Chavez caught that ball. Oh my God. That was crazy. Yelled in he went backwards. That was like a blind catch. You could throw that into this little, you'll see him like going back and reach over. I couldn't believe he caught it. And who killed this? Yadier Molina with a home run. What a douche. A Puerto Rican killed us. And then Everybody blames Beltran for that. That was a wicked pitch. That pitch, I think it was Wainwright that threw it. That was a wicked pitch. I think we went whoop. I was like, nobody could hit that.
Right.
But oh well, that's the last images you're gonna see.
But still, now you're the coach. You're coaching the Giants. You have a chance. Now
I say Mets. We don't have a coach. I think we don't have a coach yet.
That's why I went back to the Giants.
Yeah. I would tell them, I keep winning. Let's get to 7-7 and see where we're at with 3 games left in the season. Because that's 14 plus because they added the extra game. So now you have 17. Get to 7-7 and let's see where we're at. And then that'll just keep you fighting. That's the one thing I liked about the year the Giants won the Super Bowl, the second one, 2011 to 2012. They played the Patriots like the last game of the – no, it was 07. I apologize, 07. They played the Patriots at the last game of the season. They were undefeated. And what did Tom Coughlin do? He said, no, we're going to play because I think our position was already sealed. Like we could have we got, I think, a wild card or wherever it was that we were. So he could have sat all his players and he didn't. He said, no, we're going to play. And we almost beat them that game. You know, we lost by a touchdown at the end. Something crazy happened. I remember Pierce was like in the play or something, or he didn't make a play. Anyway, they played. And that's the type of confidence you got to go into the game. See, you almost beat them. If we see them again, you guys are definitely going to beat them. And what happened? They ended their 18-0. And all the Miami Dolphin dudes from 1972 called the Giants. Thank you, man. I love you. I love you. We're the only undefeated Super Bowl team. Thanks, man. Yeah, you don't win it. Doesn't mean anything.
Right. But like I said, when your job's on the line or your job is to build a championship team, you're not going to be focused on all of the negatives. So I try not to do that, me personally. But I know how New York is. Like New York is always like, oh, you know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? But they got a chance, man.
We have Gettleman, Barkley, and Jones. And out of the 3, when they first came to New York, the worst one is Jones, and he's the best one. He's a quarterback. Really? He's a quarterback. Barkley, besides his one run last game, he's always hurt. He's like, you know what I mean? He's not dependable. It's like, say what you want about Eli, he played every week. He was in there every week till they benched him. He would play. You know what I mean? I don't know if he had nagging injuries or they were lying on the injury report, but he played. And dudes want big money to not play, you know, it's you're useless. You know, you're just taking up space in the salary cap and just sitting there. So, you know, they got Daniel Jones and he could play. And now he's going to have his 900th offensive coordinator in 3 years. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And if they get rid of Gettleman, which is what they're talking about, a new GM's going to come in, might want his own guys in there. So that'll be another offensive coordinator. So that's terrible when you're trying to groom a quarterback who wants and could be a quarterback. And that's my Giants take.
All right, man. That's good. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't watch much of the Giants game.
And I didn't watch much of the Jets game. So
yeah, so but
I saw it. I had it picture. So I saw it in the little I saw what was going on.
I went to my Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm. I know it was like 18-14. I'm like, when did those numbers ever happen? 18 to 14? I was like, that's a weird number.
Wait, that was the final score was 21-14.
Yeah, they kicked the field goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they went for
Giants
2 points.
Yeah, the Giants kicker missed the field goal. Your kicker missed the field goal. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. It was like a 50-yarder or something. I was like, that can't be good.
And then he missed it. And then the second time it was 4th down. They went for it, got the first down, and then got closer and still kicked the field goal. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't the craziest game. All right. So what was I? Jets? Yes. So yeah, they played the Texans, obviously, so they're not the greatest team, but it was like the battle of the bottoms. So
battle of the draft picks.
Yeah. So
you just messed up your draft status.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know, man, because we got the number 1 pick from the Panthers, and they're falling apart, and we got the number 1 pick from Seattle, and they're falling apart. We might have 3 number 1 picks in the top 10.
Yeah, you might have. You should start falling apart.
No, we start building momentum, so that next year people are like, all right, we're gonna start building off of what we did from the year before. That's what the Jets need. That's why I'm like, yo, Salah needs to be there for 10 years. Like keep that in the closet, yo. You're gonna be, regardless of what happens, we're gonna keep you for 10 years. Because, like you said, you don't want to keep going back and forth with all these GMs and coaches. You want to keep the same thing. That's why I love the Steelers. The only reason why I love the Steelers so much, they have four coaches in their entire franchise.
Yeah, but they need to get rid of Big Ben. That dude is a disaster.
Of course, no doubt.
That dude, he's hurting the team now. This is crazy. They can't hide him anymore.
No.
Damn,
no.
I was gonna say something about the Giants. Should I? Go ahead.
Damn,
But
long show. Y'all talking about the Jets?
Oh! Look who wants to join the cast
in voice only. Who is this? Make a hiney ho.
The man in the shadows, living in the shadows. Yo,
the
Sam,
guy behind
what
the curtain.
You got dreadlocks? What is that?
No, that's my giant hat.
Oh, I was like,
what
what the hell is that hanging?
My giant hat.
Looks like he has dreadlocks or something.
Yo, can I say something about dreadlocks? You know Jay-Z has dreadlocks, right? Like,
oh my God.
And dreadlocks or shitlocks.
Yo, did you see him at the Nets game the other day? He had his Yankee hat, his fitted, on top of his head. Dude, I was looking at that the whole time, and I'm like, yo, this dude got no friends. There's no friend that would say, yeah, that looks good, or he has a whole bunch of yes men around him. Like, yo, bro, yeah, go outside yes like that. I'd rather have like how the Jamaicans with the real, braids, they have that like beanie cap that covers all of them. It's like a big, like that I respect. This idiot had his joint was like this. That's what his hat.
Yo, but yo, you gotta be careful because people see him do that, they'll start doing it.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Now you're gonna see a whole bunch of dreads walking around in New York
with a hat above their head with a hat that's too small. What a bunch of dumb. I can't believe he had that. I was like, he looks like an idiot.
Yeah. Look, his dreads look nasty.
I don't even care about the dreads. Wear your hat the right way. You got money. Get a specialty fitted or something.
Wear your hat to Jimmy.
But it looks like Nas is growing his too. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, but as long as you don't wear a hat like that, I'm cool with it. Wear your dreadlocks.
But you gotta call it. You gotta call it the Cam Newton.
Right, he wears a hat like he wears the.
He's got the hair like that.
Yeah, that's cool. But his hats fit. They don't sit on top of his head. He buys a bigger hat. What a dumb.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
That is too funny. I saw a little bit of last week's show. I saw that Thomas came on.
Yo, that was amazing, man. I missed you guys on that one, man. I wish I were there.
I played.
Yeah, I wish I was too.
I sent T the picture of us all in the same shot on the baseball.
He said he'll come on this week, so he might come on at 7.
You hit him up?
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
So last week he said he liked it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, this is dope, man. So I was like, all right. But that Rob, thanks for looking at that. Yeah, it's nice, man. It was good. It was good.
I didn't know it was funny.
Because
Rob, I reached out through. I found him through Instagram, and we were going back. No, you know what it was? It was Mike Quinones put me in contact with him, and I reached out to him and just catching up, little stuff here and there. But he lives on the border of like New Jersey and New York. Over by like where Palisades Mall is over there.
Yeah, he was telling. I saw the thing. He was saying it. Last time he worked.
He said it's like real close to John Melendez.
Yeah, John lives up there too, but John's a lost case, man. I fucking text him all the time, or he just doesn't respond. I'm like, oh well. I get it.
Yeah, bad influence. He blamed you for his life now, so he's not. It's like a druggie can't hang out with his friends that he did drugs with. So John can't hang out with us.
He's the biggest pie. He still smokes.
So do I, man.
No, but I just didn't mean drugs. It's probably just the jokes. Like maybe he can't handle it or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I guess he's too sensitive.
Past. Yeah, maybe you remind him of his past or something.
Yeah,
his Scanlon days.
Or maybe we hit on his sister too much, and he got pissed about that.
That's the Scanlon days.
I'm gonna come on Monday from 6 to 7:30. Whoever wants to come on can, and then that's it. and then it'll
6
evolve.
to 7:30. All right, I'll try
Yeah.
to remember to try to
So
make
I'll
those.
come on, and then anybody wants to come on, and like Rob, it was funny because I make fun of you because I go, Sam, Rob came on to tell me that he couldn't come on. I'm like, but he's on. That's why, you confused the shit out of me, bro. I'm like, wait a minute, you can't come on, but you're on.
No, because I'm driving to my girl's house right now. I'm going to have dinner. So
No, not today. I'm talking about.
no, that other time, yeah,
yeah.
as well. It's the same shit.
Oh, okay,
Her
okay.
mom's been cooking dinner for me.
So yeah, you can come on for 5 minutes. You can come on for 10 minutes. It's all good, man. And then I'll edit it up, and then on Friday I'll post it out. That's where I'm at now. Now, obviously, Sam, it's going to evolve. It's going to get to wherever we want to do it, but we have to do it.
Right.
All right,
You know
yo,
what
we
I'm
gotta
saying?
watch. You gotta watch the game on NBA TV tonight. Denver versus Miami.
Why?
Remember I don't know which Morris. Remember he went to foul Jokic and hit him in the gut, and then Jokic pushed him from behind, and the dude had like back spasms and was out for like 2 weeks. I don't know if he's still playing. So now the game is in Miami. So there's Twitter beef,
they're gonna go crazy.
Instagram beef, yeah. So the other Morris twin was like, "Oh, you want to do that to my brother? I'm gonna see you."
And then the brother came out with a Twitter war.
The Jokic brother, and it's funny because the Jokic has 2 brothers, and I think he's the runt of the litter. Like he's the little one out of both of them, or the youngest one. So the 2 brothers are like, "Yo, your brother started, but if you want that smoke, bring it." Like something to that effect. So that game's gonna be spicy tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
At what time it starts?
7:30. So get your ass over to that house, or watch it on your phone while you're eating
Where's
dinner.
Chef Pagan tonight?
I don't know. I sent them a link. He should come on.
He should come on and do all his cleaning and washing while we're doing the podcast.
Oh yeah, his dishwasher quit again?
Everybody's
always
quitting on him. Maybe he's a bad boss.
Quitting. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's Biden's fault. Yeah, it's totally Biden's fault.
Yeah. He loves. No, I didn't know he was so into politics.
He's not. He's not. He's just talking shit. All these dudes from Florida. Yeah, all these dudes from Florida swear that they know politics because they love DeSantis.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna run for like vice president or something. Like, get out of here. Like, and then he's saying, "Yo, it's a hoax." I'm like, all right, it may be a hoax. So why did your governor get vaccinated? If it was such a hoax, why did he get vaccinated? Just in case he don't want to die like the rest of the people. Just being
now
safe.
there's like 100 new strands coming out. So
Yeah, it's crazy. There was Lambda, there was Mu. Now it's like Omicron. I'm like, what happened to Lambda and Mu? Where did they go? They still floating around? But they didn't. They're not calling this a pandemic. It's gonna be an endemic. Like we're just always gonna be living with it. Like the regular flu and like a cold and stuff. Like it's always gonna be around. So just gotta do what's best for you.
there you go. Yeah.
Oh, wait, real quick. So besides that Miami game, can we talk about the punch that LeBron did? And I don't even like talking about this dude. I don't care. He does what he has to do. He's in movies. He wants to be an icon. That's fine. But, he punched the shit out of that young kid.
Yeah.
And
He did, man.
That shit was foul. It was foul.
That was
And then
foul.
I don't even watch Stephen A. Smith because he's boisterous. Like, that's his thing. Good for him, Like, he's making his money the way he's making his money. But he's definitely plugged in because he was crazy calm. I'm like, what does Stephen A. have to say? LeBron punched him. Yeah, he was with an elbow, but it hit him with his fist. So he's already sympathizing for him. Like, shut up. Did you talk to him? Obviously, he did, because he must have talked to Adam Silver too, because he's the only one that I heard that said LeBron should get 1 game and the kid should get 2 for acting wild. And I'm like, first of all, LeBron is a grown man and should know better. And 2, that kid is 20 years old and doesn't know better and just got in the league. So if he acts all wild, then that's growing pains. But you give the kid who got punched more games? He wasn't the instigator.
LeBron should have been the one that should have got more
he better get
games,
As a Knicks fan, Patrick Ewing stepped on the court during a fight with Miami. Boom. They suspended like 6 dudes, and they had to get rid of them in alphabetical order because they didn't even have enough people to play a certain series back in the days. But this dude jacked somebody. Okay, 1 game. That's cool. Like, get out of here. Especially last year during COVID. Was it 2 years ago or whatever? He played during COVID in the championship and was at like an event. But it was outside. He really wasn't next to anybody. Like, you weren't supposed to do anything during COVID. You were supposed to just stay locked up in Disney, but he did some like promotion event. Oh, it's cool. Like Lou Williams. Remember, he got in trouble for getting the wings.
Oh, chicken wing Lou.
Yo, I'll catch
Lemon
y'all.
pepper
I'm gonna
Lou.
catch
All
y'all
right,
next
baby.
week.
All right.
All right, bro.
All right, Rob. Thanks
It
for
was
stopping
fun
by.
talking to you.
All right.
I
See
love
you
that
next
10
time.
seconds. Next time we got to ask him as much questions as we can before he leaves.
Yeah.
Yo, his door slammed like in the old AOL when people would leave the room. Boom. Like, that's how his door slammed. Anyway,
We're
I
gonna
had
get
to
all
talk
that.
about that. That shit was bothering me for the longest. Like, get out of here with that bullshit, bro. Like, come on. And they was like, oh, look. He's saying sorry right here. When you like hit somebody, like you go, like if they're bending down, you bend down with them. From what I assume, and you say, you're all right, my bad. But he like backed up, put his hands out. Then the kid saw blood and started wilding out. I don't blame him. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, get out of here. Because he was playing him hard because he's supposed to respect him in some way and not play him so hard because he is who he is. I don't give a shit. Like, get out of here, bro. Dudes, the Knicks used to fight Ewing and Detlef Schrempf. Ewing and who was the other dude he used to fight?
Doherty.
Everybody, but I
Yeah.
forgot it was Detlef Schrempf or it was Indiana Pacers. The two dudes from the Indiana Pacers.
Davis.
It was Davis, and
Antonio
I think it was
Davis,
the Knicks.
Dale Davis.
But the center, the white boy centers, the tall ones.
What?
I think
Detlef
one of them
Schrempf?
went to Maris. I think he was one of them. But they
Rick
used to go-
Smits.
Smits. They used to throw bolos like it's crazy. Like Mourning and Larry Johnson, they were putting hands up. And this dude did like a sucker punch. That's why I'm like, come on, man. If you're gonna fight somebody, and I know the NBA, MLB, they're not about fighting. They just get in each other's faces. All the teams come out, and they get in each other's faces. All right, break it up. But like he punched them. That was like a sucker punch. So you're telling me you get a sucker punch, you get 1 game. You chase the dude that sucker punch you, 2 games for acting a fool. Like, get out of here. That's a joke.
Because I got a lot. Like, this is a sequence to it that I've seen. So first of all, the Lakers supposed to be the championship contenders, right? They're not doing well, right? LeBron's hurt, everything's messed up. What you got to do, Sam, is you got to go back to watching that game. When that happened, the Lakers were down by a lot. That kid was abusing LeBron. He was taking him out, and LeBron was frustrated that he was getting taken out by that kid. Because when that kid left the game, the Lakers came back and won that game. They were down like 12, 14 points.
Yeah, they won by 5, 121, 116, something like that. I was like,
so the Lakers, as bad as they're doing, to end up losing to the worst team in the league, that would have been rough. LeBron was frustrated. He did it on purpose. And I think what happened was the kid was concussed. And this is why he got more games than LeBron. He got hit. He seemed like he didn't, he was just a little bit dazed a little bit. But when he looked up on that screen and he saw his face, oh, no concussion. And that's when he got into a rage. The reason why he got the games that they gave him was because he couldn't control that rage. He was knocking down players and stuff. So if you want to talk Stephen A was like, yo, this dude almost hurt his own players, almost hurt his own coaches.
So you agree with what Stephen A is saying?
No, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing. That's how they came up with what they came up with. Now, with me, I would have suspended them both like 3 games each.
Yeah, that's fair. 3, 5, yeah, in that range.
You know what I mean? Or 2 for LeBron and 3 for because of the dude, he if he would have just been okay, he would have got no games, and LeBron would have probably got 1 or 2. But when he started running, chasing them, when LeBron went to the locker room, and he tried to run into the locker room, and they had to chase him down. That was where the malice at the palace was.
Yeah.
So you're almost bringing that back. That's like
I think you're protecting LeBron more than you're protecting the kid.
Me?
Who doesn't have no, not you. I'm saying
I'm about to say
no. We don't know them. We don't care. I'm just saying the league protected LeBron more than they protected the kid who doesn't know better. Like there has to be a give and take for somebody who's 20 years old and who's new in the league. All right, he acted out of pocket. As long as the people that he pushed out of the way, which was wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't condone it. But if they're like, nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. It happens. Like when we hang out or we act up or, it's good. Don't worry about it.
All right. But from the business standpoint, like you said, from the Shield standpoint, you got to make sure that 2 things. You letting the fans know that we're not going to tolerate it. And then you let the players know what will happen if something like this was to happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So But I
Okay.
feel like LeBron should have got more games than
Yes.
just one.
Because he instigated and he threw a punch. If you throw a punch, that's already a couple of games by itself. It should be. But you know, they make up their own rules as they go along. You know who they got to protect. So
'Cause you're-
Stephen A. Smith must have gotten a phone call or talked to somebody because he knew exact. I was like, "There's no way this guy's getting one game and the kid is getting two." Boom. The next.
But I think,
day,
but I think what
one and
Stephen
two.
A.
I'm
But
like,
what Stephen A.
outta
Did, he,
here.
I don't think he said that, Sam. I think what Stephen A. said was they could have got. He would have been okay if they've gotten more. That's what he said.
I
He
watched
said-
it. I watched
too.
the first take.
He
No,
would've
he
been like,
said
yo,
one.
yo.
He said, I think LeBron's gonna get one and the kid's gonna get two because he acted like that. I'm like, how does he even know
Right.
those numbers?
But other people are like, well, if LeBron gets 3, that's too much. But Stephen was like, yo, if they get more, that's cool. But that was the minimum. What you just said was the minimum of what they should have got.
And that's only because Michael Irving and I think it was Jay Will that was on that show pressed them. Like, yo, that's crazy. There's no way that you know, they took the other side. Like Stephen A. Smith was the only one saying that LeBron should get less than the kid, but that if they got more, whatever. But like he nailed it. Like the dude is Nostradamus. Give me the lotto numbers for tomorrow. Like, how the hell do you know that unless you're
But Sam, you know these guys have meetings before they start, so they know what they're gonna say. They're not. I don't think a lot of these guys. I don't think those guys believe in what they're saying. They're just doing the take. So like something happens, and let's say like, all right, Sam, LeBron James smacked this dude in the face. You're gonna take the position of the good guy. I'll take the position of the bad guy, and then we could debate both sides of the topic. That's where this has to go. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
just
why.
because, but that's how you
That's
get an
the-
audience.
Yeah, that's the formula for success for them.
Well,
But that's not
Alright.
genuine. Like I can't agree with you if just
well, no,
because-
we're not there yet, and we're nowhere near it. But it might get to that point.
No. I'm saying on that show, like I can't agree with you, even though you know it makes for a boring show. Like
Nah, no. If it has to go the genuine route, that's fine. I have no problem with that. No, did you check out the Porter fight?
let's go Knicks.
I mean Crawford Porter.
Yeah, he smoked, but Porter's like a human punching bag. That dude just takes losses all over. Has he won recently? Because every time I see him, he's taking a loss on pay-per-view.
Yeah, the big fights he's having a hard time.
Yeah, he's already washed up, but he's just a payday punching bag. He's a name, and dudes are wrecking him. But Crawford should have been fought, the Spences or the other dude. I mean, and then Spence, didn't he get the DWI or something like that? Like
No, he got the accident. He was in an accident.
Yeah, DWI. It wasn't a regular accident.
Oh, it was
He couldn't
a
talk about it.
DUI accident?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why he couldn't talk about it. He was like, "Oh, I can't talk about it. My lawyer." That's why, because there was something shady going on. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was that he should have been fought him. I don't know if the Charo brothers are in his weight class. Like, there's so many fights. That's why I give props, even though the UFC, UFC is jerking its, and they've been saying that it's jerking its employees, like with the pay cut, because they only get like 15% and they should get more. Whatever the case may be, like they put the fight you want to watch. You want to watch McGregor versus this dude? This is the fight we're going to put together. You want to see Terrence fight Sammy? Boom, this is the fight we're going to put together. Like, they don't play games. Like, with them, the promoters got to wait. The pay-per-view, one guy's signed to HBO, the other guy's signed to Showtime. So you have to come in the middle so everybody else gets paid. Like, put the fight, like Mayweather and Pacquiao fought like 5 years too late. Like, we wanted to see that fight a long time ago. And then it still made money. It went crazy, but it would have been so much of a better fight if they both were in their prime, fighting each other. Who knows what the outcome would have been? But like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy takes steroids. Oh, take a blood test. I'm not taking a blood test. Screw you. Yeah, I'll wait till I'm 100. Now I'll fight. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, you miss Don King now, right?
Ugh.
But I thought it was a good fight. I thought Terrence Crawford, it was even, but I knew I love Terrence Crawford, bro. Not because he got my name, but because I
You've been talking about him.
yes, yeah.
Yes,
I'm trying to figure
I
out
saw
from the
that email.
beginning.
You sent the YouTube link to
Yeah.
watch him, and I saw his like coming up. He's good every time he fights. It's just they jerking him. They're not giving him the fight that he deserves. He's worked
So
for it.
so he terminated the contract with the promoter he had.
The old guy.
Yeah, he's not with Aaron
Bob
on Top
Arum?
Rank.
Bob
Yeah,
Arum.
Aaron, and Top Rank
Good.
Boxing. So he finally left.
Good.
So he's gonna join someone that's gonna like, all right, let's do this, because he's like 34 years old, but he's not a young puppy.
Yeah, he's not spring chicken, but
Yeah.
just Don't join this dude De La Hoya. Oh my God, another disaster.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's a bad one too. I wouldn't go there either. But yeah,
he-
man, that was a pretty good fight. That was good. What's going on with F1?
F1. Ooh, yes, I got some updated news. So Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton are 1 and 2, right? And Max Verstappen, I think, is 8 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton with 2 races to go. So these last 2 races, I'm telling you, I know if you're not into F1, watch these last 2 races because it's drama. And the reason I like it more, and I just got into it, so I'm a rookie. I technically don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But going to Austin was a beautiful experience. And I forgot what I was going to say.
F1.
Lewis Hamilton is going for his 8th championship, which would be the most. It said he's tied with 7 right now. So with 2 races, and he's the pro, and Max Verstappen is the up and coming dude. So Max might make a mistake that Lewis did when he first started to lose championships and stuff and to mess himself up as far as the points. But Red Bull Honda's got a great team with Christian Horner, and Toto Wolff is the Mercedes team. So it's just exciting. Like, I got my partner that I work with at work into it. He records them and fast forward it and watch whatever.
Okay.
But I will be in Miami. I guess this is a revelation, right? I will be in Miami May 9th, May 8th, when the first in the Hard Rock Stadium, the first F1 will be out there. So I bought my ticket and they're sold out already. So,
Damn.
yeah, the first day they sent a link they opened up, and the ticket was not cheap. Let's just put it like that. Okay. But I went all out. You know, I bought myself my early Christmas gift.
So is it what? Is it just you?
Yep.
Oh, so you coming to hang out with me?
Nope. 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 I'm gonna go enjoy my F1. I got kids. I can't be flying out there early. I'm like, fly in, watch the race, fly out, get the hell out of there. I can't wait.
All right. So that's good. Then I F1. All right.
Yep.
You have
Lewis
to keep
Hamilton, let's get it.
You'll have to keep me updated on when these stuff start because I don't know.
Yeah, it's exciting. For me, it's exciting. 2 races left, 8 points between the champion and the guy that's in first and the 7-time champion. So we'll see where it goes. And then there's like a team constructor title, like the best team, because there's 2 cars for every team. So Mercedes has Bottas, who's leaving. He's going to another team next year, but he's going to obviously finish out his contract this year. So Mercedes, I think, is a couple points ahead of Red Bull as far as that. So that's up for grabs too. So they have the constructors title and the individual title. So I can't wait. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go, Lewis. And he plays by himself. It's not a team game. It's a team game as far as engineers, as far as the pit crew. That's the team part of it. But he's in that car an hour and a half by himself, you know, driving around in circles, you know, curves, ups and downs, has to save tires, change tires. It's great. They say they lose like 10 pounds every race. That's why they weigh them. As soon as they get out of the car, there's a guy with a notepad and he weighs them. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I'm like, you got to be an athlete to do that. You know, it's not like it's physical. The car is doing the majority of the work, but you still got to be in there, you know, and playing a mental game. When do I pit? When do I stay out? Do I pass this guy? You know, how fast can I go? It's, whew.
So you agree that NASCAR drivers are athletes?
To stay in a car that long, that takes an athletic skill. But it's different as far as they're just going around in circles, which is a major difference than what these guys do. They go uphill, downhill, you know, swerve. Like, it's crazy. And the lane to pass a guy is so, like in NASCAR, you have a bigger field. I don't know NASCAR, but I've seen, you know, you can go wide, like up high and down low to try to pass somebody. And F1, you may be on the whole 1.5 mile, 2 mile track, 3 mile track, whatever it is. You may have only 2 opportunities to pass somebody. So if you don't get that first chance, you may have to wait the whole lap to try to pass somebody. So, and there's only a limited amount of laps during a race. So if you don't pass them here, you may lose your chance to even pass him at all because he can block you. There's a whole bunch of rules when it comes to blocking. Like, if the dude could pass you, you can't force him off the course. Like, it's crazy. Dudes have gotten penalties because of it. But 2 more races to go. Let's go. And in 2 years, I think it's supposed to be Lewis Hamilton. He signed a new contract for 2 more years. So the last race I want to go to his last race, potentially his right. He may resign or go with another team, but I want to go. Like it's supposed to be in Abu Dhabi and Yas Marina. Ooh, at night because it's so hot in the desert. They have to race at night out there. It's because the tires are explode. They'll melt. they'll stick to the course. So I can't wait. That's what I'm talking about now. But we'll see. We'll see how this COVID shit goes or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know when it first came out, people were like, oh, it'll pass by 2-3 years. I say, yo, this will be at least 10 years, yo.
Yep. They
At
said
least 10
7.
years.
I think they said 7 was like it's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why I had to bring up Rob with those conspiracy books, man, because it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, me and James got into it real quick the last one. You know, it's not something like I told Jay, I was like, yo, it's not that I believe it. It's that if I read it and then it actually happens, I'm just not shocked like the rest of the world would be because they wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. But just keep it moving, man. There's no problem with that. I'm going I should be at the Jets game. The Jets when they play the Dolphins, I'll be there.
That's in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they play the Giants first, and then they go and play.
Who?
Because Miami. They play the Giants next, right?
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah.
Next?
Wait,
Really?
hold on. I know they got them coming up.
I didn't know that.
I thought they did.
No, you're probably right. Because they're 2 non-playoff teams.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Giants.
Yo, I spoke to
Dolphins at Dolphins. You should go to that game too. The Giants are
Is
going to
that
be
this
there.
week?
Yeah, next week. Yep, December 5th. December
That's this
5th,
Sunday.
yeah, 1 p.m. Yep. Yep, I told you. So, because the Miami, I listened to a podcast, a Miami-based podcast, and they're talking about, Tua's coming back. Tua could win these next 2 games, and they might be in the playoffs. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke to Coach. He told me, he was like, yo, did you like that first drive? And I said, what, the 2 Wildcat plays? He was like, yeah. I said, you was thinking about me when you did it? He was like, yeah. I was like, motherfucker, I know you were. I told my friend you were. But because we talk about that a lot. It was funny. But
to go back real quick, you know how you said that you want to win to build momentum, and I'm like, no, lose to get a better draft pick. The Giants 2 years in a row won, remember the Eli Manning game? They won that game, and I think the year before they won another random game that that had no business winning, which took us out of the hunt for Josh Allen, who plays for the Jaguars, and I think we picked somebody. We picked Barkley. And the Jaguars took or Daniel Jones, and the Jaguars took Josh Allen. And the year we won a game, we ended up picking 3rd or 4th, and the Redskins took Chase Young. Did you see the Tampa Bay game versus the Giants? How long did Tom Brady have to pass? I don't think they got next to him the whole game. He was like this. It's it's 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. He's supposed to throw it. That dude had 5-7 seconds.
yeah, but that's not the only team that the Bucks do that to.
No, but I'm saying that's how embarrassing and visible it was. Like this game, that guy was just throwing interceptions. So our secondary won that game. Our line didn't do anything in that game. We need a pass rusher. We have defensive linemen. We have Leonard Williams, and we have the other kid, the rookie kid. But we're not getting to the quarterback. You got to get to the quarterback in order to do something, or scramble him, or make him make a bad decision, or chase him out of the pocket. They're not doing that. They're just standing in front of him so he don't get away. And after a couple of seconds, the cornerbacks can only stay with the wide receivers but so long, and then they're going to break away, and the coverage is going to break down. And of course, they're going to score or go for a long pass. That's what pisses me off. We have nobody that can get to the quarterback, or at least disrupt it, especially growing up where we had Lawrence Taylor. That's all I knew.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to go back to that. I was going to be like, look, the Giants have a history of building Super Bowl contending teams. And I think that when the Giants go away from that structure that they done built is when they end up in situations like this. The Giants, to me, even like the Jets, because of the cold weather area, I don't think it's the great quarterback that wins for teams like the Jets and the Giants. It's a great running game and a great defense. You continue to focus on your lines, your offensive lines and your defensive lines. I think that's where the Jets and the Giants, every time they have great seasons, they have great lines. And I think that's what they both need to stay on. Stop trying to get the all-star quarterback. Yo, get those linemen. Yo, those 3 picks, the Jets pick, the Carolina Panthers, and the Seattle pick, offensive linemen. You got 2, you get the 3, you're good to go. Look at the running backs.
You have to hit. You have to hit on those offensive.
Well, I mean, but you got. That's what I'm saying. You got to get the one you want.
Yeah, but you can pick them. But if you get a Eric Flowers like the Giants got, then that's it. You know.
Yeah, but if you get an Eric Flowers and you got to develop, I think they lack the development of Eric Flowers.
And then we got Nate Solder, and he's terrible too.
Right. So then maybe it's your offensive line coach. Maybe it's that guy.
But it's been different dudes. We had like a million dudes.
Well, then that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Get the line, and you can bring it. I think because look at the running backs that the Jets are using. Because I was like, all right, we got 3 picks in the first round. Get a running back.
Yeah, Michael Carter. Yeah.
Now I'm like, wait a minute. We don't need a running back. Keep the running backs we have. Build the lineup. The receivers we got. Keep the receivers we have. Build the lineup.
That kid Elijah Moore is nice.
Yo, but think about it like this.
It's like what's the kid's name? The white boy that does horse racing or something. Remember I had his Corbett. Barrios reminds me of like Wayne Corbett, like a scat little quick guy, like third down, you throw it to him. But Elijah Moore, remember they weren't getting him the ball in the beginning and he was open, and now they're getting him the ball. Good for him.
Well, what I want to say is Corey Davis, out of the 3 wins, he wasn't there for 2. So maybe he's the problem. Maybe he's the one. You know what I'm saying?
He's the ODB.
Maybe, because where you at? I mean, when you're on the field, we don't win. And when you're off the field, we at least have a chance to win. So maybe it's Corey Davis is not a good number 1. Maybe Elijah Moore is our number 1, and Denzel Mims will be our number 2.
Yeah, but you have dudes that kill team chemistry. You know, they're me guys.
Like who?
And no, I'm not saying in general. In general, like you have a dude that's about himself and his stats and his money. You know, and
I mean, if you watch the One Jet Drives, those shows,
I don't watch it.
They interviewed him, and he was like, "Yo, it's all about the team. I'm gonna show that that we're good as a team." That's why I thought the Jets was gonna be really good, because the way he was talking, the way the coach was talking, the way Lawson that got hurt, especially the way he was talking. I was like, wow, these guys are going to come out here and do something. And once he went down, Lawson, it was over, man. It was already over. But me being a coach that I am, I just try to be optimistic. You know what I mean? But what a shock, what a tough blow that was, man. So, but yeah, I just think that the Jets and the Giants, their best years is when their lines are great. So go back to just building the line. You could put anybody in the back once your line is great. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Well, that's the basis for it. You can have a line get to the guy, but if you have a shitty secondary, then you're gonna get smoked all the time. Like they'll just throw it up, and like Michael Irving or Jerry Rice will get the ball. It don't matter where it's gonna go; they're gonna go get it.
All right. So the one thing I like about, because it's funny, man, because I do like exactly what the Jets are doing this season. Everything they're doing, I agree with. I haven't disagreed with not too much of what they've been doing, because I know it's not about this year. It's going to be about next year. This year,
about quarterbacks?
All right. Well, I understand what the problem is with this quarterback. I understand what the problem is. And remember, I told you from the beginning, before the season started, check downs and bootlegs. You gotta do that. I feel like when you draft a rookie quarterback, you gotta focus on check downs and bootlegs. Get them out the pocket and just check it down. Zach Wilson has a problem checking it down. Why? Because he didn't do it in college. That's why he's zipping it too hard. So that's something that he's going to have to practice. That's easy. Huh?
He has Elijah Moore. He can zip it to his ass.
Right, but you can't be zipping check downs. To me, a check down is like a momentum throw. Like you throw it, they run into the football, and they got the momentum. He's throwing it too hard to gain any like forward momentum off the check down.
Or you're saying to throw it to a spot and let the guy go get the ball.
Yes, let the guy.
I thought a check down was like, all right, my number one guy, you know how you have wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, like on a play. So, okay, wide receiver 1 is covered. Wide receiver 2 is covered. He's checking down, like he's going down.
No, check down is.
And then you turn to your running back in the flat and you just throw it. That's the
Right.
check down pass.
Yeah, right.
Like, to the guy that's just open because
The
nobody else is open.
Close, right, but they're closest to you.
Yeah, because nobody else is open. Like, that's
So-
not the play, though.
Right.
That's not
So
the
in
play.
college, Zach Wilson never did that. He always threw the ball far.
He never
So
had
we-
to because you're playing men now as opposed to little boys. You know.
Well, I mean,
in his-
okay, but what I'm saying is, we already know he could throw the deep ball, but now you got to set up the deep ball in the game. How do you do it? We got to set up the deep ball in the game. How do you do it? Check downs and bootlegs. If you throw check downs and bootlegs, you check it down, you run bootlegs, you bring the defense close. It's like they're playing the running game. Bring it down, and then when the defense comes in, then you can look for the air balls. But you're not going to get those balls unless you control where you want the defense to be. That's why when Mike White came in, that's why they did so well, because he was checking it, bootlegging it, and then when they came down to press, he threw the ball out. He was in control of that defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that they need to do with Zach Wilson. You could tell, man, he just has a hard time slowing down the speed of the football when he's throwing it close. That's something that he can work on.
Yeah. In time, he'll get game management. He'll learn that, you just got to go to stay in film, listen to your coaches. And
you know what? I don't even think it's stay in film. I think it's keep it in your head that that's the play that you want to do. So you can fake everything else out and then check it down. And then now in the second half or the fourth quarter, you can change it up a little bit. That is what I feel experienced quarterbacks would do in situations that the Jets are in, right? That's why they want Joe Flacco in there. That's why to show him, look, this is how you do it. These defenses are coming. You got to get rid of the ball quick. How do you do it? Check down to the closest guy and let them catch it and let them do some work. Let them be the athlete that they showed why they got drafted and they're on this team. They're athletes. Let them do what they got to do too. And I think that's the problem with Zach Wilson right now.
When I said with film is like we're creatures of habit. So the defense, the offense are going to keep doing, what works for them. So if he does a play, let's say there's a cover 2 safeties, right? And he does a play action handoff or play action, right, to the running back. And in film, he sees that every time he does a play action, another team, that one safety comes down. Now it's only one safety in the middle to play. Now he knows that Elijah Moore might be one-on-one on the left-hand side. So that's what I meant about watching film and seeing how people, their patterns and what they do, that, I got this guy open, this guy's coming, but it's got to happen so fast, which is why how we can critique and say, this guy needs to do that, this guy needs to do this. But if we were in there, Sammy Melendez sacked 95 times in one game. It's a record. I wouldn't even have time to throw it. I'm like, you take it. I'd be like Tom Brady. He has like the most 1 yard rushing TDs or something like that, or most run yard first downs, like just running. I'm going to butt fumble you all the time. Let's go. And every time they bring a butt fumble, I feel so bad for the dude who got butt fumbled and Sanchez. That sucks. I was at that game.
That was Woody.
Yeah. That's
man, Woody.
Oof.
He's on ESPN, man.
But he was good.
Yeah, he got chips with the Patriots.
That sucks that he's part of that butt fumble. I was like, what happened? Like,
yo,
it was 0-0. Butt fumble happened.
No,
it was 21-0.
No, I was watching
happened?
that game. I was watching that game. The Patriots scored 7-0, right?
Butt fumble?
I switched the channel.
Should have never done that.
I turned back. It's 14-0. I said, what happened? They spotted the Patriots 7 points. There's a touchdown.
Then a pick six. Like everything happened. Boom, boom, boom. Game over.
It was score, butt fumble, score. And I was like, what the hell? And then I saw it and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, that's what happened. Damn. Yeah, that was a tough one.
I think that was like one of the first Thursday night games that they had during Thanksgiving. So my wife's friend had tickets to it that she couldn't go to. I was like, we're not doing anything. Let's go. We ate early. We went to the Jet game.
You didn't have the season tickets then?
No. The PSLs were outrageous, bro. They were so disrespectful with that. I was like, nope, sorry. Nice knowing.
So how long did both of us, we started what, 97?
Maybe. I don't remember. So whenever George gave me the tickets.
When did he get married? Like 97?
Yeah, 96, 97, like around that time. because I was at the Victor Cruz 99-yard touchdown game.
We a lot of people don't know that we went to a lot of those games. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully in the future we can like have segments on.
But
those
you
times when
you left in 2000, right? Or 99?
I left in 99. I left.
99, so
Okay, so they
you
were
only
talking
get
about
2
this.
years for the tickets.
Nah, because like the one game I always like to talk about is the game with Vinny Testaverde.
We got hurt.
No, when he had the phantom touchdown.
Oh yeah. That's before. It's the replay. They said that.
They started replay
because of that. Yep, I agree.
I like to tell people that I was at that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and you, we were at that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it was in our end zone. That happened where we were looking right down at it.
Yeah. So that was a fun game to be at. They won that game. And then remember when and then because they did so well, remember they had like their first Monday night football game in like 7-8 years. And
did Foley play for that one?
Oh.
Glenn Foley is that who we had?
It could have been, but that wasn't it. Remember the halftime show?
Oh, the Phantom of the Opera one? That was crazy.
Yo, I couldn't believe the boos, bro. They were booing the living shit out of them. And I was like, wow.
People with no talent in the world are booing people on Broadway, that do that for a living. Like, get out of here, you bums.
That's New York fans for you, man.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Wow. But yeah, dude, I remember a lot of good times at those games, man. You know what I mean? So, if you ever want to do segments of bringing up those old games, that's good. I have no problem with that. But I have in my journals, I have all those tickets too, man.
The stories behind them?
Yeah.
I have a couple. I don't have like all of them, but I have a couple tickets, that I went.
I got the ones when I was.
I would go to Florida. I've been going to Florida. I would go to games with Sammy and the kids, it was only like $10 in Pro Player Stadium or whatever the hell it was called at the time. Yeah, let's go see a Marlins game. Okay, let's go early. Maybe they always had good giveaways. They had bags and stuff like that. They had the great giveaways. Get there nice and early. Get a nice Florida Marlin giveaway.
The first 10,000 gets a T-shirt. Only 8,000's coming.
Giveaways.
But but last week was good, man. He came through.
I know. I saw.
Yeah, and
when you could put up the picture of me and him playing baseball back in the day. I think that was like 89.
You want me to put it on this one?
Yeah, you could send them the link, and then you could just say like of how, because he talked about Joe Marquez, who's in there too. He's in the top row to the left. He's like the second or third guy in to the left.
So what's the story on that though?
Who? Us?
Your story.
We stunk.
He said that they missed you because they could have won if you would have came to the game. So why you didn't make the game?
Well, the real reason why I didn't make the game was because I was getting besides the stinking. No, but I had fun with all those dudes. Like, it was good, but it was just that was the transition between baseball and being a kid and getting deflowered and becoming a man. And that was way too young for me to be doing anything like that. And this is an
that's your excuse?
Really? That's what I was doing. That's why I didn't go to the game. I had two options: play baseball, and who knows where that would have taken me. Or
no wait. Play baseball. I got one. Play baseball or play the field.
Yeah, exactly. So field it is.
I'm playing the field. That's cool, man. That was Bronxdale, right?
Maybe he won't be so upset. Bronxchester. Maybe he won't be so upset if he hears that. He'd be like, you know what? Good excuse to not be at that game.
Yeah, he would too. He would. Yo. Well, he said he was going to come on. He's a 49ers guy, but he likes the Mets too. So he can come on and we could talk about the Mets.
So you could be a 49ers guy and like the Mets? That's two different sports.
No, that's cool. Charlie's a 49ers guy. Charlie's supposed to come on here and he hasn't done it yet.
You want to talk about the Knicks? You want to talk about their second team is better than their first team? You want to talk about they just benched Kemba Walker? He might even get burned. Yep. Alec Burke is going to start. Thibodeau ain't playing around. He's like, yo, the best people are gonna play. But then it's weird when you take a guy off the bench and put him in the first string. Now you weaken your bench, But I guess he feels that he has enough people, even the rookies like Sims and Grimes, to pick up the slack to be a better second squad. Because our second squad is what was keeping us in the game. Our second squad is what brought us back in a lot of games and put.
Yo, I wrote that down just now to make sure I didn't forget. Because
they were doing the work. The Fournette, I don't know where the hell. Kemba, what the hell were they doing? Randall, oh my God. Mitchell Robinson, like, come on, dudes, like, play. And it was Derrick Rose, it was Alec Burke, it was Quickly, it was Obi Toppin, it was those dudes, it was Nerlens Noel, or I said those dudes were doing work, and they were bringing us back in games. And then they brought the first squad in to finish them off, and they were laying eggs. So Thibodeau had to switch it up.
So they did it with the Hawks because they played the Hawks. I was like, damn, they're going to lose this game. And they ended up winning that game. There was another game that they were down by a lot. And I was like, shit, they're going to lose this game. And what game? Do you remember that game?
I don't know. I know the Lakers, if during the Lakers game,
was it the Laker game that they were down?
No, it was close. Yeah, I don't know if they did the back and forth. All I know is Melo missed like 20 shots at the end of the game.
He did not do well.
Thank God. Thank God Melo turned into Melo at the Garden. He said, it's my time to shine. Black hole, boom, boink, boom, boink, boom, boink. I was like, yes. That was the first time I was cheering for him to miss. Good. And that was the game that LeBron got suspended, the one game that he got suspended. That's why he didn't play in New York because of that. So whatever. We play who's in front of us. The same way our guys get hurt and whatever is the same way you got to play whoever's on the other team. And we won that game. And they signed Collins, Atlanta, to a 5-year, $125 million. He's good. He's like New York good, like tough, Oakley, Anthony Mason, good. With a shot. Yeah, Collins. He shaved his head. He had braids, I think, last year. And he's like a power forward
Hawks?
Center. Yeah, he's a power forward center. I think he's the second leading scorer. You'll see him when you Google him. You'll see him because it's Capella.
Is it Lionel Collins?
Could be. It's Collins, Capella, Huerter, Trae Young, and I forgot who the other guy is. But Collins is nice. That's what I was telling Tone. I was like,
oh, look.
Woohoo. I guess you're not going. Hey, nice hat. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Oh, I got to change my view now.
We got twins over here.
Gallery. He knows. He knows what's up.
Guys, let me tell you something. I've been away from my personal phone for the last 45 minutes. Then I've been outside with wifey blowing one down. I got to tell you, it is great to see Mr. Sammy Melendez live.
Tom, what's good, player?
That's my guy, bro.
Yo, nice hat. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, what's up, my guy? Everything good, you guys?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
Good, man. Good.
Come on, man. Look what's going on with the Mets, man. How can you not be good, right?
Let me tell you something. 43, 53, 63 a year, whatever it is. Let's just get the guy in the uniform. This is big time, man. What a win. Let's go Mets, bro. It's going to go down. I see it. Now, if we could just get Baez, sky's the limit.
Yep. Let's get it.
Oh, so you agree with Baez too, Sam?
I just think they need another piece, whether it's Chris Bryant or
it's a dream.
You know what I mean? Let him play third. People I like McNeil, but if there's no place for you, you know what I mean? And then he got into that beef with Lindor. So he's on, like Jeff Kent got into beef with Barry Bonds. You know who was gonna lose that one. You know what I mean? When he choked him up in the dugout or something.
I do.
And Jeff Kent was the player rep for that team. So Barry Bonds choked out the union rep. That shit was foul. And Jeff Kent leaves the Mets, gets good. Justin Turner leaves the Mets, gets good.
Everybody leaves the Mets and gets good.
Yeah,
that's what happens, man. That's what happens.
Dudes
Murphy
come to the Mets
to an extent.
Jason, yeah. He became a Met killer.
Yep.
Sergio, yeah. He's like 10-3 at Citi Field. That's the best place for him to pitch. So come on in. Do it for the home team.
Guys, this takes us to a whole nother level. It at least makes us competitive. But excuse me if I'm wrong here, but who's the manager?
Us. We're the managers right now.
Steve Cohen is gonna.
Yo, but seriously, all right. But how about this? with the players we got, what manager is going to be like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. I'll tell you this. My vote. Let's give Beltran another chance.
I would. Yep. I agree with that.
Why not?
He's Puerto Rican like his wife. Let's get you know what? Not for nothing. How come he got into the most trouble out of everybody? The Houston guy got the Detroit job. Cora got re-signed the next year in Boston. So Beltran's the only dude that's still not working after everything that happened. How is he the main problem of the dudes cheating? The players didn't get in trouble. The players are all got immunity for talking about it. The GM got fired. That's it.
That's a really good question. I don't know. My initial thought is, I think that guy has, granted he had several good years with the Yankees, but I think, to me, he'll forever be branded as like the guy that looked at strike three. So, I mean, like, I think that there are people there in the league that kind of look at Carlos that way. And then I think that there's other guys that look at that guy and the swing that he had and the way he played center field. I mean, up there with some of the greats. So I would really love to see Carlito get another chance because he deserves it.
I agree.
Why not? Why not? Everybody else did.
The only problem I have with him is that he's not an experienced lead manager. I think with the players we got just now, we need someone that knows how to win right now.
Well, he's Puerto Rican, so he knows how to talk to Lindor. And if Lindor is going to have the heart to be the captain of the team, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Right. But I understand. I understand what you're saying, Sam.
Nobody said that about Steve Nash.
Yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did.
But they're winning. But they're winning. So people forget about shit like that. They're winning. As long as they win, nobody cares. And if Kyrie's there, they're championship. They're ready for the championship. But Kyrie's not there. So and they're not giving that foul, that Harden and Trae Young foul. Did you see the Atlanta Hawk game?
No, but I know they're not giving the fouls.
Yes, and he was trying. Like every time he would go up and like kick out his leg or throw his head back, and the referee was like, "Just keep playing, bro. Like stop it. We're not going for it anymore."
Flailing, literally.
Yeah,
it's a tough watch sometimes. I was hoping Harden was going to get better with that.
No, they said he went from like 20 free throws a game to he's down to 8 or 9.
That's terrible.
You cut 10 points out of his just for his style of play. He's hurt. I don't know if he's still hurt, but to take it to the hole, that's what he used to do. Take it to the hole, get fouled. Take it to the hole. Those are real fouls. But the ones where he's like kicking out and putting, oh my God, get that out of here. Thank God.
So I want to just say this about, head coaches, managers in general, right? I understand it that Steve Nash worked with the Warriors, and when Durant went ahead and said, no, I'm out to the Nets. And they were like, all right, we need a head coach. He wanted to, fuck with Steve Nash. And I think that that's how Nash got the job. And I think the same thing is going to happen to Sammy's point, going back to the New York Metropolitans, that at some point they're going to run it through Lindor and go, bro, who do you really respect that's out there that's a coach that we can say, all right, this is our manager. And like, who can you really rock with? And I think that that's what we're missing.
So you think they should bring in a player's coach?
Well, I don't think Buck Showalter is the answer.
No, but I mean, like, because we're gonna have a bunch of players with a lot of huge money contracts. We're gonna need somebody in there to manage their brains, manage their egos.
Yeah,
so do you think a rookie manager would be able to do that? We got like a 2-year window. Think about it, guys. In the last few years, 2 of our division rivals won the goddamn World Series, man. The Nationals won a few years ago, and I don't even want to say who won it this year.
And it's terrible the way that they won it,
this year.
I don't want to say it because I hate them.
Who have I been talking about this whole year and how nice they are?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
So
if you go back to the first,
about the Braves, that's great.
If you go back to what I'm saying, I said their third baseman kills us, their outfield kills us, their second baseman, their pitchers, everybody kills us, and they got Freeman, who should be all Lindor, a veteran on the team that's going to manage everybody else and say, this is the route we're going to go. We had no direction. We had no leadership. Now we
I
think
agree.
we have it, but we'll see once we get a coach finally.
I'm still tight that we didn't get Giraldi when he was available, bro.
Yeah,
Still
that's a
tight about that.
textbook
I
I
Joe.
think
What
he
is
really
it?
could have
Textbook
brought
Joe.
something to it.
And
Yeah.
what happened? And what happened? I went out for my birthday, August 6th,
Right?
to watch the game. The Mets were still in first place. They got swept by Zach Wheeler and all the other crappy pitchers and players that they had. And that's the last time that they saw first place. That was
Yo,
it.
I did see Sammy, did you see that spicy comment made by, what was his name? Brody, the former GM, and what he said about Wheeler?
On a
That
hot mic,
basically
when the mic-
when he signed that big deal, they were saying that he said something spicy like, we helped him get that 50 million contract by him putting in like a season and a half of work, like congratulations to him or something like that. It was really spicy.
Yeah, well, Zach Wheeler was a homegrown guy, and
Yep.
he had like 2 back-to-back Tommy John surgeries. He pitched and they messed up. They went back in, they fixed it like Noah Syndergaard, and he just didn't want to stay here. So fine. And we could play Monday morning quarterback and say, oh man, we should have kept him. But some people just don't want to be here, or they chase, more money. All right, you can't do nothing. You can't keep somebody that don't want to be here. That's kidnapping. So just keep it moving.
100%.
It's like, you don't want to be here. Fine, it's cool. Later.
Yeah, but that's why when Thor left, I wasn't mad because I was like, oh, he's gonna be a superstar. Like that's the goal. Like he don't want to just be identified as like a pitcher. Like he's trying to be a superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if The Rock can be a great actor, Noah Syndergaard can't. Give me a break.
Yeah, we had that already. His name was Matt Harvey. Good. How did he turn out? Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
I still rock a dry fit Matt Harvey Nike shirt with no shame. That was my guy, bro. The Dark Knight. Why not, man? I was so mad. I was like, yes, the Mets finally got a Derek Jeter, but nah, it didn't go down.
Because he broke up with Andrea Lima, and the dude went crazy. Remember, he went missing for a couple of days. He didn't come to practice. So that dude, he became a mess. As soon as I'm like, yo, that's another dude who doesn't have real friends. We were talking about who doesn't have real friends, and we listen to the beginning of the podcast. You'll get it. But like, dude, you got your whole career. A girl broke your heart. All right, it's happened to the best of us. Keep it moving. But no, he wanted to cry and drink a bottle and act upset, and that's it. He ruined his. Ever since that point, his career's been downhill. Even after he lost that first game, that Terry Collins left him in and didn't put this dude in the ninth inning, and then they blew the game. He still had it. Because we still came back the next year and went into the wild card game. But nope, he broke up with Shorty, then started acting wild, and that's it.
Sam, I sent Thomas that picture. So y'all want to talk about it? Y'all can.
Oh, you saw it? You see it?
Yeah, so let's talk about this.
Oh, you said you didn't put me in it. He was I said Thomas that picture.
I don't have everybody in the group yet. Oh, like I don't know if he wants to be in the group. I haven't spoke to him.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, plug me in. Yo, all I got is I brought up this story about how it was a playoff game. Not for nothing. Sammy can tell you.
Yes.
This of ours at the time, I wasn't entirely clear what drug he was doing, but it was very clear to me that he was a former athlete or former manager, and he did his best to hold everybody together. But at the end of the day, it just didn't really, we had 8 people. We needed Sammy to show. It was pouring rain, and Sammy was like, we're not going to play anyway. And long story short, we fell because we did not have that 9th man. We did not have Sammy in the building. But what I will say is, ultimately, that game would have got called anyway, and we would have got the shit kicked out of us. Is that correct?
Most likely. But can I give how like there's like 2 sides to every story? So you want to hear my version of why I didn't show up to that game?
Let's hear it.
All right. No, it's the truth. I said I had 2 choices that day. Yeah. Go to the playoff game, which I regret it now, or get deflowered as a man. So if you were put in that position, which would you have done?
All I gotta say no more.
No snake eyes.
And I swear I wouldn't even. I'm not gonna say the person's name. And wait, like having kids now, I have a 21-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. 13
God.
years old is way too young to be doing anything like that. You got to be more mature. You got to be able to handle the
Yeah.
repercussions and responsibility to anything that happens from that. But
Yeah, it's true.
that's my story. That's why I wasn't there. And
Did this get talked
now you
about
know.
before? Is this the first time you've thrown it on the pod?
No,
Yeah.
he did it earlier.
No, I did it earlier, but this is the first pod that I've ever mentioned it because it's never been brought up.
This is legendary. And I gotta tell you, for a while there, like me and Joe Marquez would try to break Sammy's balls, T. And Sammy would be like, yo, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story. And the both of us would just look at each other like, what is Sammy doing? Like, what's going on? What happened? Like, we were ready to take over. And then, so this, oh my God, so many years later to find this out makes me just go, let's get it.
Yeah. So now,
See,
now
Sam-
you know the reason. See,
Sam had two options. He could play baseball or play the field.
Or
And he played the field.
oh man.
he definitely chose wisely. Well played. Yo, I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah.
This is like
Yes.
groundbreaking. Wow.
Yeah. And yo, I work with Joe. You know that, right?
No, listen,
I
he
work with
tells
Joe.
me he's in the office now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he is in the office, but he works in 9. I'm in 6. So sometimes we run into each other, when I'm getting gas or he needs to come pick something up from the borough. So we've spoken. Now we talk.
No doubt.
So, and I just found out that his father passed because his father was the only person that I knew that had my same name. He's the only one he's the only other Sammy that I've ever met. I'm like, oh, how's your pop, Sammy? He was like, oh, he passed. I said, oh, my big fat mouth had to ask. But Joe's been on the job for at least 5 years. So I've seen him and talked to him and stuff like that.
Joe was a groomsman in my wedding, and
told me.
his second daughter is my goddaughter. I love her to pieces, bro.
Word. That's what I said. He just moved. I know he moved upstate. And I asked him, I said, yo, Joe, you going to play softball with us? Because I rocked with a team, right? And then he was like, oh, I got to come from upstate. And my boy was standing next to me. And he goes, so Joe yells out, you still got it? And I was like, I'm 40, bro. And I was like, and then we just started laughing. And he walked away. So my boy was standing next to me. And I said, you heard what he said? Still got it? So that means I had it at one point, all right? I said, recognize, bro. Recognize.
Yo, and T, that's why
to say that.
Yeah, and T, that's why I got so worked up about it, because I tell you what, if we had Sammy, we would have had a solid 9 folks. We could have been a scrappy bunch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
Sammy said y'all stunk.
No.
We sure did.
Stink, but we were scrappy. Like
we were scrappy.
We were getting. All right. This is something I've never said before. Nobody knows this. I think I've said it like to my brother or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a pitcher. I was a shortstop. Like I could play wherever the coach needed me, I played. I learned that from my ex-coach, Walter, right?
Yep.
So I mainly played shortstop, but if I was catching, Joseph played shortstop. If the rotation fit, I put myself wherever I needed to be, which
no
was
doubt.
great. It's how I live my life. You need me to go here, I'll take you to the airport. You need me to do something, take your mom somewhere, I'll do that. Like I'm that guy, right? Mm-hmm. My favorite baseball game to this day was a loss. We lost 5-3 and I pitched, and I never pitched before. And we played Anthony Rodriguez and Joseph Rodriguez.
Yes.
The red team that had the pretty coach on it. Right.
So and Anthony Rodriguez threw gas, remember, for a kid?
Yes. Wow. I think Joseph was the older brother. That was the kid. I played with both of them in the minors. So
that kid Joe had a mean curveball. The craziest curve I've seen.
I struck Joseph out. Right.
Word.
So he was like, oh, you struck me out on 2 pitches. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, the ump said strike 2, 3, you're out. And I'm like, whatever, get out of here. So he, I struck out. I remember him telling me afterwards. But that was we lost to the first place team. It was 5-3. I pitched the whole game, and the coach, he was a mess. He was on drugs, but that was after. But during that time, he was still kind of sober. And he said, yo, not for nothing, that was the most exciting game I've ever seen. Like you guys you lost, but you played today. We lost, and I'll never forget that fucking game. To this day, we lost.
He would call my crib and amp me up, asking me if I was ready for the next game. I'll never forget that, bro. That's leadership.
Yeah, hell yeah. He was, but he used to walk through the hood. I would see him walking through, because I would hang out on White Plains Road. So I would see him walking from like Parkchester or somewhere to like Pelham Parkway, whatever the hell he was going to go do. But I had fun that year. And, it sucks that I ended it on such a tumultuous thing. But now, my point of view
It
you
sucked
know,
for
Yo,
everybody. It sucked for
got it.
everybody else.
how it went down. But I enjoyed that year. That was so much fun. And another thing I can tell you how my upbringing was. My mother always told me, do it yourself. Don't rely on anybody else. You have to do everything yourself. And I never got to say thank you to Thomas and his mom because I would be waiting for the bus to go to the games. Remember, I didn't have a car. So Thomas
Wow.
and his mom would have a ride somehow. I don't know whose it was. And they would see me at the bus stop. And every once in a while, I'd be like, yo, Sam, you going? Get in. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say no. And I know Thomas, he's not a creep. So I'm like, all right, I'll jump into your car. You're not a stranger. But it didn't happen all the time. But the couple of times that it did happen, I appreciated it because you didn't have to do that. But I was on my way. I was on the bus. So just from my upbringing was like, you have something to do. If I can't do it for you, do it yourself. And we were only in 8th grade while I was jumping on the bus by myself to go play. And that was all the way on Water Street where all the crazies are at. You know what I mean?
So like that too, I think.
Yeah, and the 21 bus now goes into the roundabout and comes out. Before it didn't do that. It would just go straight on Eastchester. So I'd have to get off at Waters Place in Eastchester and run, to the side and climb go underneath the gate because that gate was always locked because the crazies would get out. So that first gate was always locked. You had to go drive and there would be a cop at the post and you would have to tell him I'm going to the baseball game and he would let you through. I remember all that shit like it was yesterday.
Years, yo, that's years in. That that goes back to the Gatorade bottle days.
Glass bottles.
Yeah, Snapple glass bottles. Oh,
That's how far back.
Yep.
This is a defining moment of like 21 and over because this is
21
like,
and up.
that's it.
Close enough.
That's
It's close.
it. That's it. 21 and up in terms of like really honest and truly just thinking about some of these stories and just thinking back to, my mom, Joanne, using a vehicle to pick up Sammy and stuff. Like that was always love. That goes back to that, St. Dominic's era, Morris Park Avenue feel and vibe to everything. And, I'm really appreciative of you guys to being able to talk today. And, just want to, say, signing off. Appreciate you guys. And it's been a pleasure.
Well, hey, before you go, Rob was on earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was saying something about that y'all hooked up through Mike Quinones.
Yes. Oh, shit.
Bro.
We got to catch up, bro.
All right, so come on. He can come on.
I'm not going away, man. I'm here.
Talk to him.
Sign off.
Yo, you can talk to him and he can come on next week.
Yo, I'll put the word out. Why not?
I mean, that's what this is all. That's what this is all about.
I love that idea. Yo, you know what was crazy? And I got to ask you guys if you guys ever did that. When his mom owned that store on the corner, how did you guys get out of the backyard in order to go to the store in the first place? What? I was never one to sneak out and go to his store on the corner. You guys remember that?
No.
Yeah. I remember. I used to buy stuff from her. She had like a 5 and dime where she sold notebooks and pens and
and it was
pencils.
On the corner.
Yeah.
Had candies there too, right? That we could pick up.
Elba was her name. Yeah, I remember that.
What store was this?
It was called like Freeman Machines or something. Like her.
Where was it?
It was on Morris, right where the bus stop, the 21 bus stop. If you were to take it going away from your house.
Okay, so she definitely had a store. I'm talking about. Wait up, Sammy. My bad. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the backyard of St. Dominic's. Right there was on the corner. Across from the backyard, wasn't there a candy store there?
There used to be a ghost. Yeah, there was a store there. I remember that store.
Yeah, right in the corner. It's still there.
I sneak out in order to get the candy and come back in because I was always afraid of getting caught.
Well, that was the problem. He was afraid.
Yeah. Sister Mary Pat was there. I'd be afraid of her too. We have to tell Rob. Remind me next week of Rob, me, and I think it was John Melendez of when Sister Mary Pat chased us down. Dude, you gotta remember cheerleaders, Sister Mary Pat chasing us down. Just ask him that story and that'll come flying out. Oh my God, what a
to this day, I think I could have been John Mayer if it wasn't for Sister Mary for real.
Oh man, you would have been with Taylor Swift and everything. Damn,
that's it. And I would have been on stage. Why not? I'll never forget it. Like my mom had just dropped me off. Joanne just gave her the $25 cash for the guitar. Guitar. So I go in, I sit down, and she watches the way that I grabbed the guitar and I acted like I was Elvis Presley. And she said, "Yo, do me a favor, go downstairs, go get your mom, go get the money back. This class is not for you." So to this day,
Damn.
I could have been part of the Grateful Dead for all I know. But yeah, life and time.
See how unencouraging adults do to kids.
Especially those in seminaries, man, whatever it is.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
bet you if you told her you wanted to be a priest, it'd be a different story.
Welcome me to the club, right? Dominus
Oh, my
Opus,
God.
let's get out of here, man.
Damn, I was
God,
an
what a
altar- I was
pleasure.
an altar boy too, man. That's crazy.
Nah, I did that once. Yo, bro, I'll never forget that. I did that once because you know who was the inspiration behind that, Sammy?
Who?
Matthew McGuire.
Oh
my
He went to
God.
Spelman. He went to Spelman with me.
Wow,
to
bro.
Spelman
That guy
with
was
me.
a saint. He's a patron saint, bro. So I'll never forget it because I was like, all right, I see how he's doing. He gets out of class and goes and walks over.
Mhm.
And then I'll never forget, I did my first mass. My mom came out, pops, my sister, my aunt. Everybody's beaming proud. And this priest, all I can remember is him just reading very slowly while I'm struggling to keep the gospel up. You know what I mean?
Holding the book. Holding
That's
the
it,
book for him.
holding the book. I'm like, this guy better hurry up and read because my arms are shaking.
Oh,
So
my
that was my one and only time as an altar boy. I was like, nah, this is not for me.
I remember one time I was with Danny, and he was doing he was like
Wow.
bringing the oil and wine or water and wine to the priest, and he almost tripped on the robe, and everything almost went flying. Dude, I was dying the whole thing. I'm dying, like, oh my God, this dude almost went flying with all the wine and the water and the host.
Yo, last time I seen Danny was at a nightclub on Mars Park Avenue. I don't even think it exists anymore.
Oh my God.
It was back in the day when Wins was promoting it.
Uh-huh.
I forget the name of the spot. But I ran into Danny Baglietto and this kid was destroyed. I was like, good to see you, D. He was like, Tommy. I was like, all right.
Oh my God. All
Danny
right.
Bags. Gotta go, bro.
All right. Later, dude. Have a good one.
So yeah, it was a trip, man. It was a trip.
Good. That's nice.
All right. So yo,
Bring it
this
back.
was thanks for coming on, man. This was great. This was amazing.
Yo, I'm sorry I got to this late, you guys. I would have been
Nah,
on much-
yo, listen, I'm on from 6 to 7:30. You come on for like Rob 2 minutes or whatever. It don't matter. Just come through. Well, we'll
That's
talk some
tremendous.
stuff and then we
Tommy,
just
you
keep it
got the
moving.
answer you've been looking for years.
I'm floored. Yeah, I really thought it was a get money situation, or it was just a
No.
situation where like you weren't even dealing with nothing. To find out that you got quality tail.
Yeah.
Why not?
First
Why not?
time.
How do you beat
First
that?
time. First time.
How do you beat that?
I didn't want to go into Spellman a virgin. Like, I want to have at least one war story. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Respect
super
that.
nerd. You know? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what my mom don't even know the story. She'll find out now if she listens to this podcast. She'll be like, you
Oh
did
my-
what? And she'll still hit me. She'll get the belt. Terrence seen a couple of those. I was like, oh shit. She hit me with the belt in front of my boy. She just
Listen.
don't care.
I'm just impressed it was Spellman. During those days, I couldn't even sniff a school like that. Are you kidding me? For real.
Oh.
For real. That's why I round up at Ray's. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but look at all the people you know from Ray's. James, Joe.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
True.
but James became a free agent and signed with Scanlon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's
I know.
crazy.
And that's when his life went downhill.
That's it. That's when Yep, it sure did. Yo, listen, fellas, what a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. Be safe, man. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely.
I love your
Absolutely.
hat.
Hope to
That's
see you
what I'm
guys
talking-
next week.
Look at the hat vibes. That's what I'm talking about. See, I didn't even know you were coming on. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm wearing this right now.
Something
Guys,
told you to wear it.
Yep.
I'm out here in Cupsaw Lake, New Jersey, and I gotta tell you, it's cold.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. It was snowing yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's 70 degrees out here.
Shut up.
Wow.
What a dickhead. Always some
I'm ready
Florida
for this world,
asshole
bro.
gotta talk about. Oh, yo, all Florida has is oranges and sunshine. They sell
That's it.
sunshine. That's it. They don't have theater. They don't have
hey.
Wall Street. They don't have anything else. I will
Hey.
sell you sunshine and
Hey,
it's free.
that- Yo, they
Get
have
outta here.
creative-minded people that work with the sunlight and the oranges.
Yeah, and good luck when the water comes up to Fort Lauderdale.
And that's
Wow.
when I hop in the RV and go west.
Yeah, and then wait for the west to go into the ocean too. That's the
And we
worst.
go north.
Climate
Man.
change is real, fellas.
And you guys
Oh,
will be
man.
seeing me in a couple of days.
See, smooth back at it.
That's
Up
it.
north, like I never left. That's the motto.
Oh
Wow.
man, this is amazing. Yeah, see, so that's great. Good job. Thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. And listen, I'm looking forward to, some future NBA and football talk. I just want to reiterate what I said last week. I don't see a future for the Niners, and I'm very concerned.
They won. They're in the hunt
No,
still.
I don't like it. I don't like it. At some point, Kyle, the GM, and Kyle, the head coach, have to have a discussion. It's getting bad.
All right, well, hey, let's check this out. Before we go, just check this
Yeah.
out. The Jets won, the Giants won, the Niners won, and the Mets won. So we're winners today, guys.
Feels
We're
good.
all fucking winners today. You know what I'm saying? That's all I needed to say before we get out of here. We
Let's
are
go.
winners today.
Let's
All
go.
right. I saw the podcast last week. It was fun. It was a pleasure. I was upset I wasn't in it. So when you have time, Thomas, when T posts this one, make sure you check this one out because you'll get answers.
He's gonna come on next week with Mike.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
coming
he-
on next week, bro.
No, but I'm saying
I'm-
watch this one so he can see what we were talking about before he jumped
Oh.
on.
And then because it looks like it's gonna be, it might be us three with Rob and Jay.
That's great.
You know
I'm
what I'm
with
saying? That-
This is
I'm
fun.
gonna see if I'm gonna put us four in the group chat and then see if we can get Mike in there and then jump on and see what we can do.
Definitely.
That's
Definitely.
what y'all want to do.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, guys. It's a pleasure. Want to wish y'all a great week ahead. The holidays are here. Plan
Yeah.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, fellas.
All right, baby.
All
Be
right, y'all.
safe.
Salute.
Later.
Peace.